Long live the fighting spirit of Erigwala, long live.
Long live.
Amandla. Viva ANC Youth League, viva.
Viva.
Viva YCL, viva.
Viva.
Viva SASCO, viva.
Viva.
Each one.
Teach one.
Each one.
Teach one.
Viva President Zuma, viva.
Viva.
Long live President Zuma, long live.
Long live.
Comrades and compatriots, Comrade Secretary General, the struggles of women cannot be separated from the struggles of the whole society. For the youth of South Africa, the struggle now is for the economic emancipation and the nationalization of mines in particular. The ANC Youth League is unashamedly at the forefront of the campaign to make sure that mines in South Africa are nationalized to benefit all people of South Africa. We have to emphasize this point because in the recent past, and all political events, including what we are subjected to in the media and internally, has something to do with our call for the nationalization of mines. The ANC Youth League recently led a delegation of the Progressive Youth Alliance to Venezuela to attend a meeting of the World Federation of Democratic Youth and to get some lessons on Venezuela's nationalization, ownership and control of oil. The Venezuelan case beefs up the argument of the ANC Youth League that nationalization can increase the state budget to address issues of education, health, illiteracy and social development. The budget which the Venezuelan government uses for its free education, free health and affordable social services is sourced from the country's control and ownership of oil. The people of Venezuela immediately benefit from the oil, which is owned and controlled by the state. The state uses its ownership and control of the oil to give fuel to the people of Venezuela for almost free. Oil is very affordable in Venezuela because the Republic of Venezuela is in control and ownership of oil production. We have learned in Venezuela how people can be empowered by state ownership and control of its natural resources. And such lessons will inspire our confidence to make sure that mineral resources in South Africa are nationalized for the benefit of the people of South Africa. Here in South Africa, we have the world's biggest reserves of platinum, gold, chrome, manganese, and many other important minerals. Yet majority of us have never seen how the minerals look like. Many of you cannot even point at a platinum. Many South Africans have never benefited anything from the country's control of mineral resources, and we can never be quiet when such is the case. Other people can go around to ensure and to make sure and assurance that mines will not be nationalized. Yet the reality of the situation is that nationalization of mines is currently on the agenda of the African National Congress and will be resolved by the National General Council in September 2010 and National Conference of the ANC in December 2012. Mines nationalization will of course need a stronger, a better organized and consistent ANC Youth League. Members of the Youth League, in particular female comrades, have to lead from the front because we all know that those who argued for the formation of the ANC Youth League in 1942 and 1943 said that the Youth League had to be formed because that was the only way to make the ANC live longer and forever. By its very nature, the ANC Youth League has to be youthful, re-energize and radicalize the ANC. And those who are opposed to its ideals should never be tempted to liquidate the ANC Youth League nor destroy its leadership. The ANC Youth League is an integral part of the ANC and nobody argued with that point, but we are an autonomous body. It does many things which some will not be comfortable with the older generation. The autonomy of the Youth League comrades must be defended at all costs. This autonomy of the Youth League was defended by the generation before us. And the current generation of the youth, if we fail to defend the autonomy of this Youth League, will be accountable to many generations to come. Peter Mokaba and his generation in the first Congress of the ANC, after the unveiling of political parties, they made sure that the ANC reaffirms the Youth League as an autonomous body but integral part of the ANC. When many others wanted to reduce the ANC Youth League into a desk, the fighting and militant young lions referred to by O.R. Tambo ensured that the Youth League remains a critical body of opinion in the African National Congress. It remains a tool that breaks new ground on any topic and say many things that many others are scared to say. We learned this from Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, O.R. Tambo, A.P. Mdam, Tolisi Majombozi, and many others who came before us. We have a responsibility, comrades, to ensure that this youth league is not undermined. If this youth league is undermined at this level, what will happen to the provinces, regions and branches of the youth league? Those who do not even understand the role of the youth league at lower levels will subject chairpersons and secretaries of the youth league to harsh conditions on the basis that they disagree with them politically. You have a responsibility to ensure that you defend that which belongs to you. We have nothing except the ANC Youth League. This is what Peter Mokaba has left for us, and we must make him proud in his grave. We must say to Peter and many others, including Chrisan, that we will never be silenced by those who have a different view from where we stand, including those who treat us on the basis of suspicions. We remain committed to this African National Congress. We will never question, neither defy the leadership of the African National Congress. Nelson Mandela, Walter Sisulu, Oliver Tambo, and many leaders of the ANC Youth League did and said many things that the then leadership was not comfortable with. But they were never an irritation to the leadership of the ANC. When Nelson Mandela called for armed struggle, it was not policy of the African National Congress. However, he was allowed space to articulate why he is making such a call to the African National Congress to take up arms and fight the regime. The leadership of the ANC did not seek to muzzle him and stop him from saying what he had to say at the time. There are many things that were said and done by various leaders and generations of the ANC, but they were never silenced through threats of suspensions and expulsions from the ANC. In the ANC, we allow internal democratic debate. In the ANC, we don't suppress debate. Neither do we suppress a different view. In the ANC, we tolerate those who disagree with us. In the ANC, we never treat people badly because we suspect they hold a different view from what we are thinking. In the ANC, we allow a dissenting view because that is what makes the ANC very strong. One of the fundamental founding principles of the ANC is unity. Anything that threatens unity of the ANC must be fought by the youth of the African National Congress. Wanting to muzzle and threatening people who disagree with us threatens the unity of the ANC, and we will never tolerate that. We must stand up wherever we are. No matter how much we disagree, we must tolerate each other, because it is an open internal debate in the ANC that makes the ANC to be powerful and to be where it is today. We must never be threatened by a dissent, because sometimes dissents help us to think critically and prepare better arguments opposed to those who are disagreeing with us. This ANC belongs to all of us. This ANC does not belong to any individual. Nobody is a permanent leader of the ANC. All leaders of the ANC will come and go. And those who see us as threats to their positions have got no right to threaten us with possible expulsions from the movement. The movement remains in the hands of the membership. This is not a movement of few individuals. This is a movement of all of us members. We have joined this organization voluntarily. And you young women have got a responsibility to guard jealously against the unity of the African National Congress. Nobody must pocket this ANC. We come from a difficult past. We know where we come from. And we know how we fought difficult battles. If there is a battle that is about to confront us, we are ready for it. And if it can be avoided, let's avoid it. Nobody has ever succeeded in suppressing and silencing the youth of the African National Congress. Neither did the apartheid regime succeed through killing and torture of the youth of South Africa. The youth of South Africa have forever been militant. The youth of South Africa have never been scared of any situation. And even now, the youth of South Africa will never be intimidated by any environment. We are not intimidated by any environment because we believe that victory is forever certain. Thank you very much.